Righty, hello everyone. So for task one, I'm just going to quickly go through these 3 points here. So just starting up the program and I'll walk you guys through it. So just to validate the student ID, it is 33105014. In order to calculate my buffer size, I've done the modulus with the number, added the 12 onto it, and that has given me a buffer size of 34. And then my breakpoints I'll be placing at line 14 and line 16. Alrighty. Now this here is going to be our local memory address. And that's the one we're going to exploit to perform the buffer overflow attack. Now if I go into running my shellcode. And quickly just to address this part here. So the reason we're using 34 in this section is because of the buffer size. I'm basically filling up the buffer and then placing the return address right after it so that it just goes through the buffer without doing anything, hits the return address, which will then jump us into our payload. So as you can see here, that's our local return address, and then yeah, that'll be the memory variable that we're gonna use after this. So what I'll do, I'm just gonna continue this one and get a segmentation fault. As you can see, segmentation fault. So in this case, we want to use CD90 in order to complete the attack. So which I've already done here. And then continuing on to breakpoint 2. Sorry. So as you can see, our NOP sled, and based off the NOP sled, again, I do want to land right in that CD90 memory address, which will then jump us into our shellcode. So pressing continue here does get a successful buffer overflow. We do have a connection received here, and then if I do an ls and then a who am I, we can verify the account that is connected. So quickly, that's been addressed. The return memory address and local variables, once again, are just based off this here, and then we can find them in our stack, in our buffer, and look at the memory address that they're contained in, and then use that to exploit the buffer overflow. And yeah. Capital T, the ASCII value is 84, lowercase t, it's 116. Now, the token after the 3E8 is what represents the first letter of our secret. So I'm going to be converting this and then adding 12 to the end. And then in order to demonstrate changing the first letter to the uppercase letter, I'm just going to enter the first part here. And as you can see, that has successfully converted it. And then repeating the same thing, but this time converting both the first and the fourth in one go. So again, converting this number. 368. And then this time, if I paste the whole thing, and then the reason for this being 32 here is if we go 116 minus 84, that leaves us with 32. So that's why we'll be putting 32 here. And then as you can see, we've successfully converted both the first and the fourth characters of our secret to the letter T.